In this session, going to be discuss the IoT network architecture and design 2 as a part of the model 1 of session 5, course called Internet of Things and Application for the 7th semester Computer Science and Engineering. In the previous session, we have covered some of the aspects which could be introduction of the IoT and various applications, challenges, and there's convergence of IT and OT. In length we discuss. Continuation of that part of the model 1. Session 5 begins with this following milestones. Drivers behind a new network architecture. What are all the drivers are supporting to become an IoT architecture to handle the IoT applications? Several architecture evolved in the literature, but some of the architectures which are noticed by the most of the industry people in that sense. So IoT architecture drivers in detail we are going to be discuss. Right? Continuation of that. Comparing IoT architecture. In the comprehension of the literature, various contributor, various industry scientists and various academicians have evolved with their experience, come up with various models as a important milestones comprises to evolve as an architecture for most of the applications related to IoT. One such architecture, one M2M architecture, that is a European standards, one machine to machine architecture which was shown a remarkable objectives in most of the IoT applications, which tells about the configuration of this process of handling the jobs by this IoT architecture, which may be popular during those days, and also still some people are practicing such architecture, which comprises the three layers of architecture. The flow of or process of the handling the jobs by this IoT, which supports for the mechanism to cater the needs of this application, which encompasses through the three layers, which may be very abstract because most of the layers which have comprises lot of things which spelled documentary evidences too. We have seen ISO the OSI model of network for especially information technology architecture, which are 7 layers. That may be happen during later days of time, later year of time, but the IT related may not be extended as it is to the IoT. So let we see in the subsequent slide, which are more precise points we need to be remember ourselves to discriminate them. So 3 layers is a quite complex and it is a very abstract. It is difficult to elaborate all the facilities or the process which happen in the IoT applications. So coming to the other model, IoT World Forum, that is a IoT WF World Forum architecture. So that is also evolved with the modifications or added more features compared to the one M2M architecture. So here we can see those architecture in detail, which comprises the 7 layers. So 7 layers of IoT WF, that is a which resembles in the same way that OSI model have evolved for the conventional infrastructure, the information technology architecture, right. So here little modification, or it is that also we can see in the subsequent discussion, which are dedicated slides are there. And information technology and operation technology responsibility in IoT reference model. What are the responsibility? What are the do's in a IoT reference model? That we have got to see that. So drivers behind a new network architecture. Why you are saying new architecture? We have seen several architecture for information technology. That information technology network, it may not possible to extend as it is to IoT applications. So there is a customization will be required. There is a modification will be required. There is a refurbishment will be required, right? So that whatever that changes are possible. So that can be incorporated here. Maybe scale. Information technology may not talk about a scaling factor, because several devices, thousands of devices are involving in a IoT architecture. May not show in the information technology, right? Of course, that is not their ultimate aim for to provide a scalability in the information technology. But in IoT, it is the most essential. Security aspects. Security is also one of the component which you have seen in information technology. So that is going to be also play a vital role here, because devices are endpoints or sensors or actuators are which are laying in a hostile environment, far away places, in a very constrained situation, which have less power, which have the data is unscattered, data may not be formatted. So data will be produced in their own speed, sometimes more, sometimes less. The rate will be changes. Dynamicity will be there. The devices which are there in their hostile environment or in the constrained environment, so that security we have to see. Constrained devices and networks are there. So constraints may not restricted to only devices. It's also to the network, right? So networks is also constraints have, because they have to deal with this the heterogeneous devices, the the rare devices which have don't have a power, which have transmission rate is very slow, and they might be do not have proper identity, because that may be legacy devices, maybe legacy networks also. So maybe legacy networks, it may cope up with only IP version 4, right? So in order to cater the I provide the identity to for many devices which may involved in a network, in such a case that incapable of the IP version 4 we need to be eradicate, or we have to replace with IP version 6, so that it can have a unique ID for all the devices which are laying in the network, which main intention behind to serve the purpose of this IoT application process. So massive volume of data generated, right? Some devices are very irregular rate, so they might be generates a huge amount of data. So that data we need to be collect or pass it to the higher layers of the component of the network. Sometimes that higher layer may not able to accept during that instant of time. So it may request in the due course. So in that case we need to store or buffer it in the local place of the IoT network. So that may not possible at the information technology concept, right? Support for legacy devices, right? So legacy device, we may not neglect them. We may not consider less important, because so far they were in the market, though they have served. So and also it is not possible to suddenly we cannot change the latest equipments. So legacy equipments also, the older equipments also, we need to be keep and observe the supporting or health of those devices, right? So that's why support is also most important. So data analysis in real time. Information technology, so far we have observed it may be real time, sometimes offline, right? Offline. But in IoT, it is always real time, right? IoT always real time process will be required, right? So what are the obligations or what are the changes we need to be required to adopt for this IoT network in order to handle the real time data? Because the devices which are located at the edge or ground station, which are producing the data daily basis or hourly basis. Sometime you want to more precise data, then sometime it may be minute wise also, minute basis also the data generated. So the more resoluted data we want, then more number of times we need to be collect that data. So that is the quantum of data massive. It is a huge data has have been generating from the ground devices, ground truth, so which are laying on the ground or near that plant or whatever the applications we are going to be solved. So that analysis is the most crucial here. So those are the driving forces behind to evolve the IoT network or IoT architecture. So let we see the drivers in detail. So what are all the challenges and their descriptions and architectural changes in it to be incorporated. Architecture changes in it to be incorporated. So challenges, scale, as we discussed that IT and OT, right? Need of sensors beyond information technology network use. Sensors here, maybe few sensors are employed in information technology, but in IoT need a huge amount of sensors. So that is a IP4 version 4 address space not enough. Urgency of the IP version 6 and network address translation mechanism is essential, right? So that huge data in order to handle the huge number of devices we need to be handled. So for which we need to have the enhancement over that. So enhancement may be possible with help of the advanced technology, which may be IP version 6, which may use to address or identify various devices or innumerable devices which may be involved, and also the address translation mechanism also we need to be adopt, that is. So security aspect, as we seen in the earlier slide, the devices on wireless sensor network physically exposed to the world, right? So they are at the ground, so they are at the water body, under the ocean basin, they are at the forest, right? So those are the devices are facing the problem, threat by natural calamity, threat by animals, threat by human beings, right? So they, because exposed to the world, so that's why there is a threat always there, for which we need to be have a proper security. So what are the changes we need to be do? Every endpoint nodes must be device level authentication, right? So device we need to be authenticate unnecessary all the device which may come in the purview of the wireless communication, so we not be entertain them, we need to be authenticate. So those are the part of the IoT, so we need to be authenticate properly with help of the ID, and also encrypt the links so that we can unauthorized prevent the unauthorized device can be involved in the network. So devices, so massive scale and longer distance network constraints, right? So maybe example of we can see various example, maybe forest, what we can say that forest automation, right? So there consider the forest of 100 by 100 kilometer, so there is a trees are there, so we need to be watch the health of the trees. So each tree have a processor, So that will be sensors will be there. So there is a clustering will be there, so that clients will report the master processor. So in turn that master will report the owner of that forest. So if so, the massive scale and longer distance new constraints, there is a lossy network, lossy data will be produced from those endpoints which are able to cope up for minimal data rates. Inherently they are capable to only do transmit the small amount of data. Their inherent disturbance will be there, abstract will be there, inherent capability will be there. So that's why we cannot make a drastic changes over there. So whatever the data rate they have, at the same rate we can receive them, or if possible to enhance them, that is architectural change will be essential. Last mile technology needed to constrain device for a long distance. Any simplest architecture we are encouraging, so that should be supposed to long distance the device which have lossy data producing capacity. Such devices we need to be encourage them, we need to be incorporate, we need to be take the performance in the what speed they are producing. Modification of traditional network layer transport mechanism is quite essential. So we need to be enhance them by modifying the traditional network layer transport mechanism, right? So other one point, that is the huge data, the massive data is creating from this constraint devices, no, at the end point which are located at the ground or at the lowest possible network, no? Daily basis data from the sensors lead to network bottleneck. So daily basis the huge amount of data have been generating, so it obviously leads to the bottleneck of the network, right? Slow analytics in the clouds. So analysis of this data which happen in a cloud, especially in the information technology, right? So analysis of data which happen in a cloud, in a information technology, it may not definitely it is not required the same manner in the information technology, IoT, sorry, internet of things. It may require a different analysis. I think this information technology data analysis is the centralized one. It is a pointed to the only cloud, it is pointed to the only server, but that the strength of the or the that task we can expand to other part of the network too. That may architectural change of the IoT. Analytics ability need to distribute a throughout network, that is from edge to cloud. Edge, there is a devices at the ground, then we have router, then we have the all this layer, then cloud at the top layer, right? Edge to cloud, all this component have to be involved to analyze this data, which is basically massive data, which is IT network runs only in a cloud. We need to make it changes that IoT going to be perform analysis of the data from all the components which are involved from edge to cloud in the architecture of the IoT. Support legacy. This is very important aspects, because industry people are may not suddenly going to be enhance or eradicate the complete this one. So that's why old instruments also we need to be encouraged. So IoT have IP enabled legacy endpoints, also non-IP devices which are serial fashion communication, or they might be embedded with the proprietary protocols. So that may be local protocols which may not have a standard configurations. So in such case, so we need to be make changes of architecture. Digitization need years together. It may take a very long time of digitize the data. That may very difficult to consider here. So better IoT has to evolve or adopt the protocol translation capability. So they could translate the protocols into modernized and tunneling mechanism to support. So what are all the mechanisms are there? So we can tunnel them to support for the IoT. So that is the essence of the architectural need is essential is needed. So need of real-time data analysis, right? To need of real-time data. So IT handle batch processing, no? The IT handle the data in a batch processing, but IoT need to respond in the real time too, right? So IoT actually it's batch processing. You know that it process in the batch, right? So the bunch of jobs will be handling at a time, and the next lot of time other bunch of jobs will be respond. So that may be leads to implication here. So IoT need a response in real time in the other way. So analytics software close to edge here, where information technology it may be cloud. So now this analytics software should be spread across the network. So that's starting from the edge. So everybody can have a capability. Have to evolve or have to engrave or have to inculcate the analytic capability for the massive data which is generated from the device edge devices, right, close to edge. So they can also contribute towards the analytics, so that they can take a decision. Support to real-time streaming analytics is essential, right? So streaming analysis also is essential. The changes for the architectural changes of these drivers. So these are all components we have seen in length from observing what are the drivers behind that, and those what are the modifications are required, that we have seen, that is right. So let we see the different architecture are enlisted in the literature. There are three architecture enlisted in the architecture. So that here mentioned challenges and requirement of the IoT system have driven a whole new discipline, network architecture. So in the past several years, architecture standards and frameworks have evolved to address the challenge of designing a massive scale IoT networks. So they have considered them also. This huge data have been generated from the devices. So foundational concept in all these architecture is a supporting data, processes, the functions that endpoint device perform, right? So that function that endpoint device perform is important. Two of the best known architecture are those supported by 1M2M and IoT World Forum, apart from the simplified architecture. So there are totally three architecture are literature they noticed. So one is a simple architecture, and two are the best known architectures are 1M2M and IoT World Forum. So basically 1M2M and IoT WF. So these are the very popular architecture. Have noticed many of the industry, especially going for some of the latest IoT applications. So 1M2M, that is European standards. So ETSI, European Telecommunication Standard Institutes. So they have generated various reports that who suits for we have seen in application. So that is case 1, case 2, case 3. That is street signal, traffic signal, and public transport passenger information. So in such a way that suits for smart metering, smart city, electronic health, etc. That European 1M2M architecture. So IoT WF, that World Forum. So most of the other companies also involved. IBM, Cisco, around 2014. IoT reference model have developed, so that 7 layers are there, whereas the 1M2M comprises 3 layers. So also simplified architecture. So simplified architecture also we are going to see. Maybe not in this session, in the subsequent session we are going to see. In this session we are going to be see in detail about these two architectures or dominant architecture in the literature they have enlisted. 3 major domains that 1M2M architecture evolved. So that is first domain is application layer. So application layer. So this application layer looks about industry specific own data models, right? So they have a proprietary things, no? Proprietary protocols data models. So in such case the application layer going to be the encouraged there, and it will perform some operations. So service layer support third party services and applications. So any third party services applications is have, for which service layer is will be cope up, and it will be encouraged them. So network layer ultimately, so that is going to be establish the communication domain, right? Communication domain. So there are plenty of protocols, communication protocols are there. So serial, parallel, and various other models are there. So that is going to be in detail. That first layer is application layer, that is a top layer. So majorly it worries about connection between the devices and applications, right? So devices are there at the open to the world, right? So we have seen that constraint device. We have observed that those are lossy. So those have a heterogeneous speed. So those have a the non-common format. So they don't produce data in a common format. So you have unstructured format. So basically they are very difficult to handle them, but we need to be work with them, but we need to be take the help of them, right? So that's why the connectivity between these devices is a most challenging one. So that will be dealt by this application layer. Application layer protocols are attempts to standardize a northbound application program API standards interface. API interface, that is definitions for interaction with the business intelligence system. Northbound is a it is a higher layers. Higher layers are the top layers, right? So bottom layers are the southbound. Bottom layers are southbound. So application layer is the northbound. It is a top layer which has to be establish the interfacing, right, with the business system. So business have applications. So they have the device or maybe various things. So that we need to be establish the interaction. So definitions for the interaction with the business intelligence. So that is going to be a notice here. That is going to be spelled properly here. So that is a application layer dedicated to such kind of things. So applications tend to be industry specific. So business intelligence, it is almost it is a specific to their own product, their own vision, their own predefined plans, right? So they are popular in the particular product, so they can promote their own product, have their own sets of data models. So the data models have their own heterogeneous data, or there is a very complex data which may need to be handled for the standard IoT. So they have local data models, they have unstandard data models, thus they are shown as a vertical entities. So these vertical entities have a different attributes, different specifications. So in order to handle them, that application layer will be looked after. So example, smart energy, smart grid, right? So example, asset tracking. So there is a vehicle moving across the globe or moving across the country, right? So they are carrying the valuable goods. So those assets we can track, right? So fleet management, so that public transport or any transportation supply chain management, right? So there they can manage this tour, they can manage their travel plan, sorry, they can manage their the what is a route, particular route, maybe shortest route or maybe safest route. So such kind of things will be observed in a fleet management. So these are all going to be kind of the interactions which happen with they have their own business model. So that business model going to be interact with the IoT. through the application layer. So these are some aspects we are going to be noticed that basically northbound, that is a top layers especially. So that is application layer we have seen. So continuation of this, that is a one more second layer, that is a middle layer called service layer. So horizontal modules includes the physical network that IoT applications run on. IoT application run on the underlying management protocols and the networks. So these horizontal models. So examples, that backhaul communication via cellular multi-protocol labeling switching, that is MPLS, multi-protocol labeling switching networks, virtual private networks, so on that. So this going to be serve here. Such type of networks may be going to be become a backhaul communication. So this conceptual adds APIs and middleware supporting third-party services and applications. So third-party services will going to be have here. One of the stated goals of the one M2M is to develop a technical specification. That is a technical specification which address the need for communication M2M services layer that can be readily embedded within the various hardware and software nodes. So that specification, what are the specification laid down, so that going to be follow here. In order to follow them, they have to be integrate with this M2M services, embed there. So layer that can be readily embedded within the various hardware and software nodes, which can be serve as one of the ultimate goal for one M2M architecture of the IoT. So and also rely upon connecting the uncountable devices. What is that? Uncountable, that is a large number of devices going to be involved here. So in the field of area of network to M2M application servers, which typically reside in a cloud or data center. So those are maybe stationed at a cloud or a data center. So we have seen in the information technology, so that is going to be data analytics part. Similarly here, so that going to be part of the cloud or data center. So that is the major concept is here, the major observation we can do here. So uncountable number of devices, as we said, IoT is a uncountable, constraint oriented, lossy. So they have a different speed of data capability, transferring capacity, sometime low, sometime very slow, sometime very high, and heterogeneous format they follow, right? So these are all the things we need to be accommodate, right? So in order to analyze them, it can be possible in the which they are available in the cloud or data center. So continues that bottom layer or south end layer, right? South end layer or bottom layer. So network layer, it increases devices and establish the communication infrastructure, which includes wireless mesh technology. Example IEEE 802.15.4, and these several communication protocols are there. So one such protocols we will going to be discussed in detail in the subsequent discussion. So IEEE 802.15.4 wireless technology, wireless protocols, wireless communication protocols are going to be involved here. And wireless point-to-point multi-point system, wireless point-to-multi-point system such as 802.11ah, right? So that 11ah IEEE protocol serve for broadcasting thing, that is a kind of point-to-multi-point system. So also includes our wired devices such as 1901 power line communication. 1901 IEEE 1901 power line communication as a wired one. So device domain includes the gateway, also capable to provide a communication up to the core network, up into core network, right, up into core networks. So that will be dimension will be extended and acts as a demarcation between the lower device and the network. So it will put a the line, boundary line between the devices and the network domains. It will draw the boundary. It will lay down the barcode between these two bifurcation of these devices and network domain. That is a network layer. So continuation of this, we can see that in a more elaborate way diagrammically. So that is one M2M IoT architecture. So automotive applications we need to encourage, and home applications. So part of the city application, we have seen that home application. So that is a complete home will be IoT based, and energy applications, energy consumption, energy distributions. So kind of applications we can see that. So that is a application layer. Smart energy, asset tracking, fleet management, right? So that is going to be with the help of this vertical market. So we can see this in detail. So we have laid down in the same fashion, that is automotive, home and energy applications. So let me see that common service layer. Common service layer. It is a service layer here. Common service layer you can observe. And communication technology and protocols, right? We have seen that 11AH 1901 and several communication IEEE standard protocols. So that going to be network will be there, devices and networks, and communication device and hardware will be there, right? So there is a, we observe the demarcation between these devices and network, that is by the bottom layer which happen we have seen in the previous slide. So service layer, one M2M includes the common service horizontal framework. So that application vertical framework. So here you can see horizontal framework, right? So being at the middle layer, so that horizontal framework will be encourages. So framework supporting the RESTful APIs, right? RESTful data in information technology, motion data in IoT technology, IoT in architecture. So that we can see in depth, that is. So we have the servers, mobile devices and various device involved in this horizontal combination of this horizontal and vertical framework. So let me see that network layer. So application talk to APIs to communicate to sensors. So application talk to APIs and sensors, that communication will be established. That is a network layer, right? So that is a discuss, that is a one of the architecture. So the architecture 1M2M by European standards. So now people, some people may accept that, some people or some applications may not fully fledged supportive. So in that case definitely we have alternative one. So that is a similar way that this architecture has noticed by the most of the industry people. That is IoT World Forum IoT architecture, standardized architecture. So which consists of the seven layers, which comprises the 7 layers. So that first layer would be here physical devices and controllers, the things in IoT, devices, actuators, mechanical devices, physical devices. So those devices are there, and the ground station that is open to the world, right? Anybody can see that, or any other network can watch, right? Sensor, device, machines, intelligent edge nodes of all types which are there. Camera is there, right? Similarly the various other sensors will be there. So various maybe health case pulse oximeter will be there. So they will acquire the ground truth knowledge, ground truth information from related to that application. Second layer would be connectivity, as we seen in the previous discussion, communication and processing units. So we have several protocols, right? So connection, that interfacing will be there, right? So switches will be there, right? So those will be form a connections. So next edge computing. edge computing, data analysis, right? So there is a data elements analysis and transformation will be happening, right? So data acquired at the ground, no, that device open to the world, those are acquiring, and after acquiring they will be transmit to computing. So via this connectivity it came to the edge computing, no, their data elements will be analysis. So in order to analyze that data need to be format. So once the format is over, come to the common format, no? So here the data may be different format, unstructured, structured, data may be voice, data may be noise, data may be some information. So there is amalgamated data, the hybrid data is emerging, and it may reach to this edge computing. So here we need to be integrate, segregate them, and we have to come to the common format, which is understand by the real world, or which is understand by the community of that who are going to be that user applications, right? So data elements will be happening at the third stage or third level, and the data accumulation, storage. So we need to be store the data, right? So as we seen that if the edge device will have a heterogeneous speed, sometimes fast, sometimes slow, right? So but the higher layer may not show, so they may be they need in a uniform speed. So in that case what will happen? So IoT network has to be buffer somewhere, store somewhere, no? Planning that in future the top layer may request the data. So in that sense, whenever they ask, that is a responsibility of the bottom layers to supply the data to the top layer, right? So that is a data accumulation purpose will be served here. Storage may be required, buffering may be essential. So coming to that what is called data abstraction, right? Aggregation and access the data, right? So different analogy we can exercise. So maybe pie chart, maybe bar chart, maybe some mechanism we can exercise to make it a decision oriented data. So the application, reporting, analytics, control, right? So we can make a form of report them, and can put a decision after analyzing them, and also based on this analysis we can make a feedback to control them, right? So that is also the, and ultimately we have a top layer collaboration process involve people and business process, right? So there is a data center, there is a cloud center will be there. So it can share the data, it can send to the whoever may be need, whoever may be registered customer will be there for that applications. So that is, so this is a very specific in length description of this 7-layer the standard architecture compared to the earlier one, that European model, right? So this is a whole world or most of the people involved to bring out this structured architecture, right? This is very leniently and very precisely spelled, no ambiguity at all, no abstraction at all. It is a the necessary any kind of low level explanation happening, clarity will be there, precision will be there, right? So whereas in the earlier one is a more little not pre not elaborated, that is a compressed one, right? So now we have a crystal clear architecture, very well defined architecture. So that is IoT World Forum architecture. So it is also going to be a popular architecture nowadays. So these layers we can elaborate further. So the physical devices and control layer, that is a first layer. So this layer is a home to the things in the Internet of Things. So endpoint devices and sensor that send and receive an information. So that size and ranges from microscopic sensor to big size, big machines. So primary functions is generating data and queried and control over a network. So basic functionality of the physical device or control, that is a things in IoT, that is a layer 1 of the IoT WF World Forum architecture. Coming to the layer 2, that is a connectivity layer. So that is a connectivity communication processing units will be layer 2, that is a function communication between layer component devices with networks, so reliable delivery of information across the network, and switching and routing will be taken care, adopted by the proprietary protocols. Translation between the protocols will be happening. So the network level security, the translation between protocols will be help us to encourage the legacy, right, legacy devices and unidentified, that is which are available non-IP based devices. So IP based device, non-IP based may not have identity, right, so that can be help us. Network level security is essential, and this is going to be achieved, the switches, routers and all those will be components involved. So that is a layer 2, establish communication. Let's look after the establish a communication. So coming to the layer 3, that is a edge or POC computing. So that is evaluate the reformat data processing at higher levels. So and filter the data to reduce the traffic. Higher level processing can filter and segregate the data, assess the data for alerting a notification and other actions. So that can be visualized in this way pictorially. So that if you have a data packets arrive, and these are all functionality will be happening over, and data ready for processing at the higher levels, and it may reach the higher level, that is next level. So edge computing one. So that is edge computing, basically looking after data elements analysis and transformation. Coming to the next top layer, that is northbound layers, top layers, higher layers, which have a IoT reference model layer functions. So layer 4, data accumulation layer. Data accumulation layer captures data and stores it to, it is usable by application whenever need. Converts the event based data to query processing, right. So basically information technology have query based, but IoT need event based, right. So this conversion is required. So we have layer 5, data abstraction. Reconcile multiple data formats, no? Variety of formats, local formats, unstructured formats are there. So we need to be reformat them. So ensure consistent semantics from a various source. Confirms that data set is complete and consolidated data into one place or multiple data storage using virtualization concept. Also abstraction will be happening. So application layer. So that is a top layer, interprets the data using software applications, may monitor, control, provide reports based on the analysis. So topmost layer, that is a collaboration layer, consumes and shares the application information, collaborating on and communicate IoT information oftenly required multiple steps, and it is what makes the IoT useful. This layer can be change business processes and delivers the benefits of the IoT. So these are interfacing to the real world. The actual benefits, they are going to be revealed, they are going to be delivered to the real world. So that I seen once again that abstract layer, data abstraction layer, application layer, and top layer is a collaboration layer. So we have seen the northbound layers in the previous discussion, so that we have brought here, so which are in a more precise way. So responsibility of this IT and OT. So that is a edge sensors machines we have seen in the previous discussion, and there is second layer, we have third layer, and fourth layer analysis, we have abstraction network and completely data center or cloud center. So these we have seen in the previous way. So these are bifurcated here. So bottom layers of the 1, 2, 3, and top layers are 5, 6, 7. In between it is a clear demarcation is possible. The top layer is resembles as information technology. So bottom layer, it looks like a, it resembles, it need of changes, it going to be served for operation technology, that is IoT. So that we have seen that information technology is a query based, but here internet of things is event based. So event based, so particular task happen or not, particular alarm triggered or not, right? So that is event based we are going to see. So the data in the information technology, their data is stationary, data at the rest, where data at in the motion, right? So several device involved, several link network link will be there, several paths will be there, right? So the data, the data which is generated at the ground truth, so that is open to the real world. There might be moving, no? There might be vehicle, that may be some air flight, flight. There may be some trains, or some maybe some goods vehicle, right? So those are motion data will be there. So whereas the information technology non-real data, non-real time, it is a offline data, whereas the IoTs are real time data. So this clear demarcation between the top layer and bottom layer will be discriminated from the this fourth layer, right? So fourth layer will be from above, from the fourth onwards we have top layers that is dedicated to this information technology resembles, bottom one is operation technology resembles to the IoT. So that is the south end protocols layers and northbound protocols. So this continues with this, we have discussed this in length. Let we see that. So we have system has to be cross many boundaries beyond the functional layers. Beyond the functional layers, system has to be cross or go beyond that. Work beyond that. Bottom layers in operation technology, for example, oil rigging machine or gas refinery, right? So for example, oil rigging machine, so oil industry, sensors connected to the pipeline and oil rigs and pumps and various machinery, refinery machines are there. So these are all attached with the sensors, right? So those are all generating the data. So for which bottom layers are held responsible, for which bottom layers are daily basis or hourly basis, they are going to be generates the data, they are observing those machineries. So operation technology gives real time data at own rate, sometime more, sometime less. So in sometime more case what will happen, large volume of data may be consumed by the top layers. Sometimes that top layers may not request. So the responsibility of the bottom layer need to be buffer them, store somewhere, whenever they ask they can provide to the top layer. If not supply, later we can supply, right? So these data need to be heaped within the IoT networks stack for future demand. So hence layering data management helps to top 4 layers to handle in their own speed, right? So this layering demarcation is a quite helpful, is a quite benefit. There is no ambiguity at all, so that their functionalities are well defined. So that's why layering data management is a crucial here. From bottom to top layer, it is a smooth going of this process will be happening, right? So top layer stack in information technology, example database, server, applications, program, all these run on a part of the network controlled by information technology, right? So this is controlled by information technology, so those are controlled by the internet of things, right? So I hope this is very crystal clear. Both the information technology and operation technology are independent, of course, but there is a little dialogue has to be happen in order to overall data management, because both are held responsible. Bottom one is generating, so the top one is processing. So in order to have, there is a communication will be required. Of course, the collection, the functionality wise they are independent. In order to have the overall management, so this bottom and top need to be talked together. That may be very less interaction. So summarize this. Here we have seen the drivers behind the new networks architecture. So those drivers are held responsible to make architecture change, right? So what are all the necessity changes of the architecture evolving from information technology to the Internet of Things? So thus changes need to be adopted. These changes need to be inculcated. It may be slower, but very slowest may not encourageable. So the fastest one we need to be encouraged. So digitization may be take longer time, for which we need to be inculcate some protocol translation, right, modifications. So existing legacy instrument, legacy device you need to be encouraged, right. So in that case, legacy definitely they have proprietary protocols. So they basically they are lossy. Basically they are slow. They have open to the real world. So all those the bunch of problems are there. So in order to overcome these problems, so little modifications of the existing architecture, if it is possible within the purview, that is encouraged. So that is enlisted by IoT architecture drivers. So comparing IoT architectures, so we have seen the three architecture. One that we will discuss in the next discussion, that is simplified architecture, one M2M architecture, IOWF, that is a World Forum architecture. So that M2M consists 3 layers. It is a very abstract layers, and IoT WF consists 7 layers. There is a bottom layer and bottom layer, the northbound layer and southbound layer. There is a clear demarcation between the information technology and the operation technology. We have seen that 7 layers we have seen in detail. So and also we have seen at the edge, at the end of the session, information technology responsibility. Similarly, operation technology responsibility in IoT reference model. I hope it is clear. This information we have brought from the textbook, that is David Haynes, Salgurio, Patrick Grastute, Robert Batun, Henry. IoT Fundamentals Network Technology Protocols use cases for the Internet of Things. So and also the second book for the Model 5, and also reference book that Madsetti and Baga, Internet of Things, and Raj Kamal, of course, that is also have a lot of case studies related to this Internet applications and Internet architecture, Internet of Things architecture. So I hope it is clear in your end. Thanks for patient listening and shown an interest on introductory part of the IoT, that is especially we have seen architecture and design of the IoT as a part of the session 5. Thanks to coordinator, moderator and subjects expert. Thank you.